The following announcement is paid for by the Wrestling with Nerds.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
This honky tonk man, greatest intercontinental champion of all time, and you're watching Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Yes, that's my favorite. Shake, rattle, and roll.
Hey there, the name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. For some unknown reason, enjoy.
What's going on, wrestling nerds? We are back after a very, very eventful weekend down at WrestleMania 40, SmackDown, the Stand and Deliver, the Raw, the Sam Roberts podcast, the World, literally everything outside of getting sick on the way back, because, you know, that happened. But how's it going out there in YouTube and Facebook land? I'm AJ, got the other half of J&J Security right there. It's a TJ.
Hi.
And then, of course, the wrestling guru himself, who, I'll just let you say how your world went.
How my world went?
On the arm.
Pick it up.
Starters.
Well, that too.
Oh.
That too.
Hey, I lived the dream. That's what I did at WrestleMania.
It's so cool.
Sorry, guys. I'm still under the weather. These two gave me whatever bugs they take from the Northeast and South Canada. And
I didn't have
gave it to me.
shit.
And gave it
Y'all
to
got
me.
sick, not me.
I guess it's what I get for being in Philadelphia for 5-6 days. I deserve it, I guess.
That's your punishment for playing heel on Eclipse Day.
We'll get into that. That was the greatest thing ever. I played Total Heel on Monday. Oh, it was so great. I called everybody in Philadelphia sheep. I'm surprised I didn't get my ass beat by somebody.
Well, Noam Dar was standing right there.
This is true.
I'd have been more afraid if the two girls were with me. Actually, I probably would have got my picture taken with two girls because they're pretty hot.
All right, so let's get right into it. Ryan, TJ, shut up. Let's start with Wednesday night when we went to Sam Roberts' podcast at the Helium. This was your idea. I thank you for this idea. I still am feeling like pain in my sides from laughing at Mark Henry so hard.
I enjoyed the hell out of this. I love Sam Roberts. I listen to him daily with him and Jim Norton on Sirius Satellite all the time. I love them too. I love Sam's takes on wrestling. He's very creative in his mind of stories on how they could progress. Even working with the company, he still doesn't forget that he's a wrestling fan. So yeah, no matter what, the plan was I was going to this, even if I had to go by myself. Luckily enough, you were able to get off and able to get down the road a day earlier. So we went. The Helium Club was nice. I first time ever in a comedy store type venue, comedy factory type place. It was a lot of fun. We met some really cool guys in the bar. Kevin Mayer, he's in the chat right now. He was an awesome conversation, him and his friend. Sorry, I forgot what his name was. But I mean, we had a conversation for a good hour, and it was fun because we all had different opinions, and nobody got pissed at each other. Nobody got aggravated with each other. Nobody walked away from each other. Everybody took what everybody had to say and like thought about it, and I was like, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense. And that was a lot of fun. We saw Sam come in early. I yelled out Sammy shit farts, which is a Jim Norton reference towards him. He started laughing. It was great. I will never ever look at R-Truth, or even when R-Truth is on TV.
Oh my god!
Get it out of the way. Both of you just get it out of the way.
and not yell, motherfucker,
Motherfucker.
motherfucker. All week long, every way we turned around after this, we found our truth, and all me and AJ did was look at each other and go, motherfucker. It was perfect. Mark Henry was a blast. We're not going to give away the bits and everything except for, of course, the motherfucker part. We'll just leave it at that. Mark Henry was great. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano were there as special guests unadvertised. They were a lot of fun. It was just a fun experience, and it was really cool for us because we both had only been in Philly for about an hour and a half, give or take.
Yeah.
And literally the first event we go to, we met Kevin and them, and then we met nobody else from the States the rest of the night.
No.
The guy sitting next to me was from Ireland. He just got off the plane from Ireland, like a 34-hour flight or 14-hour flight, something ungodly hour flight.
So they asked him. It took him 10 hours to leave Dublin to get to Philly due to layovers in other parts of the UK. That's a 6-hour flight from Dublin. Normally,
I don't know, but it was nuts. He was really cool. Everybody got along with each other, which was fun.
It was great. Next to me, you had Australia.
Yeah, Australia was next to AJ, and then behind us was Chile. It was freaking cool. Like, it was just amazing the amount of different, like, we'll get to why TJ was late getting there, but like up until TJ got there, everybody we ran into was from another country. Every single time we talked to them, like the cool guys from London that were with the Wrestle crew, or what was that called? They were like a Wrestle. It was like a group that they all bought their tickets through, but they were with us during. Yeah, no, not the Mania Club. The other one, I can't remember what it was called now. Wrestle Tours with the Rock situation, which was the worst thing ever, but it drew a lot of heat for Rock. He was supposed to be there at 4:30. He didn't show up till 6:30, and everybody was pissed.
We'll get there.
That was Thursday at World, right?
Yeah.
They were awesome, cool, a bunch of cool. I ran into that guy later on. He was literally like 6 people in front of me, in front of the thing back there. Got signed by. We'll get onto that in a little bit. He was in front of me, and I joked with him. I said, "Look, Rock could learn something. He learned something from this one. He's on time." And he started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, you're right. That'd be pretty funny for him to learn."
The amount
but
of
just
cool
a great
people we met over the weekend was
Yeah.
nuts.
Just the Helium Club was great. Sam Roberts, the thing was great. I'll touch on that. Met him after the show, shook his hand, told him that I'm a big fan.
Took his picture.
If you looked on Not Sam Wrestling, the photo from the Helium Club, that's the cool experiences for me started Wednesday night. The photo of the guys on stage from his podcast, I took it. Sam walked up to me, handed me his phone, and said, "Can you take photos?" And I said, "Sure." So I took all the photos, and I thought about it when I was done. I was gonna turn it around and take a selfie with all of them behind me, but I didn't. But yeah, so if you've seen the photo from Sam's podcast special where he's got the photo of everybody on stage, I took it.
It was funny how Peter Rosenberg showed up right in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, it was
screamed from the back, and I'm like, "Aren't you supposed to be on ESPN?"
He showed up when everybody realized he was there. He got the fuck out. He was gone. Like he showed up for his bit and was like, "I'm out. See you later." We were gonna stay for Dolph, but we walked outside into the bar area. That place was packed, and I'm like, "Dang, no tickets available for this thing. There ain't no way we're staying for Dolph and his brother."
Which it was a smart. I don't want to say it was a smart move to head out of there, but your boys were hungry.
Yeah. It was a 2-item minimum at the Comedy Store, and the food was good. I mean, it was really good.
Those fries were fucking fantastic.
I wanted to watch the rest. I wanted to watch the podcast so much. I didn't want to order more food, so I hit up Chicky Pete's on DoorDash when we got back to the hotel.
First time I ever got anything from there. All we have in Connecticut is pizza. That's it. Just pizza. It's the only good thing we have up here. I had a lot of chicken, a lot of good chicken.
So Thursday at World.
Thursday at World. Ryan, can you show it again?
Yeah, I did that. I decided what we were looking at what all was at World, and I saw Tattoo Pavilion, and I was like, I'm getting a tattoo. And AJ's like, no.
You were thinking about the tattoo. You decided on the tattoo the minute something popped up on a social media saying somebody else was going to get a tattoo.
Well, no, I was getting a tattoo. I just timed it out perfectly. So we got there, and I'm like looking around, and we had walked around the World, and World on Thursday was a walk in the park. 10 times easier. The only thing that held us up on Thursday was the line to get in. By Friday, they had that all figured out, and it was easy. Got in, got walking around. It was announced that Rhea was gonna be there at, was it 12:30? I think it was, to get her tattoo done, and it was like, oh,
you timed
okay,
it perfectly for you to be there, and you're in the back of so many.
Yeah, so what we were watching something on stage. I can't remember what we were watching. Everything runs together for this past week. We were watching the stage for something. Ray was on stage. Rey Mysterio was on stage. We were watching him, and I kind of walked on back to the tattoo pavilion, and I was looking at drawings, and I didn't know what I wanted. I wasn't sure if I wanted the Cody shield. I kind of want another tattoo that involves that shield, so I didn't really want to get it. And then I found the dream tattoo in the book. They wasn't doing any custom stuff. I found the dream tattoo, and I was like, I'll do it on my forearm.
What's going on,
looked
Kev?
Looked around, and I'm like, best guy here to do my tattoo is the guy in a black and yellow polka dotted suit jacket. Shout out to Brendan Potter, great guy. I'm gonna actually get in contact with him and try to do my whole quarter sleeve or half sleeve that I want to do. Did the tattoo. I told him, I said, hey, by the way, I don't know what you can do, what you can't do, but if you want to throw some polka dots in there, I'd be more than happy to have it. He's like, I got your hookup. I said, so I got it in the D of Dream. There's some polka dots. It didn't take long at all. I think it only took like 45 minutes.
If that.
It healed extremely fast, it seemed like.
AJ fucked up the thing for my wife. His ears quit working halfway through the day, and he goes, hey, do you want me to post this? And I said no. And no for AJ meant yes. So I'm sitting there, and I text my wife.
How the fuck do
I texted my wife, and I'm like, hey, I might have done something. And she texted me right back. She goes, are you getting a tattoo? I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Now the surprise is all gone. And I said, where did you get that from? She said, AJ just posted it on Facebook. And I turned around and looked at him. If I could have thrown something at him, I would have.
I don't know. In the sea of people that were around our area, you screamed, you stupid idiot.
Yeah.
I said no. And then everybody just turns around looking at me with my phone just.
But the best part of we're leaving out of this tattoo thing is Rio was 2 tattoo tables down from me. If you've seen any of the TikTok videos or any of the Instagram videos of her at the table, I am behind her getting my tattoo done, or I'm standing at the table, which was very cool. She was very friendly. She did not mind doing autographs or photos before she got her tattoo done. I think she was on the table like another 45 minutes after me. And it was kind of fun because in the middle of my getting my tattoo, Cody came out on the main stage, which we had a clear shot of the main stage, only there was curtains. So one of the guys that wasn't doing any tattoos, he opened up all the curtains for everybody that was getting tattoos done, so you could see the stage, so you could see Cody. So it was funny because AJ took off running to go to
Not really.
Cody.
I got outside the tattoo parlor. And it was just poof.
Yeah. So he got blocked and couldn't see anything, and I was sitting in my seat looking right at Cody because I had a clear shot. So it was kind of funny. And then we got the news that somebody was
oh no, that's when you went to the airport to pick me. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Fuck you,
Somebody
Snow.
was delayed.
Fuck you, Snow.
That wasn't delayed. That was canceled.
Yeah, there was no delay. It was fuck you. You're not going. The earliest flight to Philadelphia from here is Saturday.
Yeah.
Can't
So
see him twitching right now.
we were supposed to have a good dinner on Thursday. It was supposed to be the only real meal probably of the entire weekend. And we didn't go because it was just the two of us, and that would have been really awkward.
Thanks, Mother Nature. Missed
So
out on
we
a
stuck
damn
around
good
and
meal.
we stuck around and watched The Rock's 30-second promo thing, and the girl scolded him on the video. That
She
was
fucked
pretty
him up.
the best part of that whole thing that nobody got to see was everybody knew The Rock was supposed to be there at 4:30. Then it was rumored that he was stuck in traffic. Well, during this process, they kept playing B-roll footage of different wrestlers. So they would go through Seth, then they would go through Cody, then they would do Becky, then they would go through The Rock. Well, The Rock's promo video started the same way his ring music starts. And they would purposely pause between whichever one was before The Rock and then The Rock's B-roll. So that as soon as the pause, everybody was like, okay, here he comes. And then his video would hit, and then they'd all get pissed and they realized it was just his video. Me and AJ were watching the production table laugh their asses off at everybody because they knew he wasn't there yet. And they were laughing because everybody got anticipated, would stand up on their chairs and everything. And then it would just turn into that video game. So that was the most entertaining part of that 2.5 hour wait. And then of course, then we get to what, Friday? Somebody finally shows up.
Oh, time out. It's Earthquake Day. Earthquake Day on Friday.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the hotel room, and I'm shaking, and I'm like, Ryan, what was that? Did you feel that? No.
I felt nothing.
No. So, all right, fuck it. I'm just going crazy. It's fine. We get in the car, head to the airport, sit at the airport. My father calls me and then says, hey, you guys okay? Yeah, why? There's an earthquake in New Jersey.
Lo and behold, apparently when this guy leaves the surface of the earth doesn't know what to do. It freaks out.
Yeah, it's a gigantic boulder.
I'm shocked they didn't do it again when you left to go home.
I think it was still reverberating.
Well, it was hilarious because everybody's like,
mentions it, and me and Ryan just look at each other. I was like, I told you my tits were bouncing for a reason.
No, he said that, not me.
I said that.
Yeah, I didn't feel nothing. I was just like watching my phone, like, oh. But then finally TJ gets there, and he fucks up all of our plans because that flight got delayed an hour, so that screwed up all of our plans for Friday.
Thank you, Mother Nature, again. We appreciate your contributions, your continued contributions to the weekend of throwing me the bird. I really feel like this was Mother Nature to me all weekend. All weekend.
Are
Just
you
fucking
reading
stone
the
cold.
comments too? Are you reading the YouTube comments too?
I'm not. Too heartbroken.
No fat jokes. Really? No Chris Christie jokes? That's a missed opportunity.
It was. You know what? I got you back on Friday because we went to World first. And then made you guys walk that long ass walk because then we went to WrestleCon.
Well, no, we went to Con first.
We went to WrestleCon first.
All right,
well, we parked at World. We parked at World.
Walked to Con, then walked back to World.
Where we watched you wait in line for like an hour, it felt like, to get a fucking ATM withdrawal.
Jesus Christ, that took forever. That ATM's internet service was worse than mine in 1997. Good.
I think they were using dial-up.
Now, the funny part was, do you guys take card? As Ryan's contemplating on getting a beautiful, poster.
That's after we had been through.
It's kind of funny. It was such a weird experience for me because I'm not one. I've never gone to these things, and I don't really ever bug wrestlers for anything ever. I don't bug wrestlers. I have enough respect for them that even when they say don't worry about it, it's fine. I don't want to bug them. But it was just kind of cool to stand there in the line for the ATM as you two bozos are 2 stories above me, sending me text messages. Um, just wrestlers walking by and just
Riddle.
Matt Riddle walked by. Sabu was sitting on this chair next to me. There was that Wand Van Dam guy in the lobby that was cosplaying as Rob Van Dam. AJ or TJ sends me a text and goes, "Dude, you're right underneath the Jordan Grace," and it's like, why are you telling me this? To not going to get an autograph or something? Found out
She
later that
left.
TJ is a chicken shit and doesn't do that stuff. Then she
I
come
would
down off
have,
the
but she
elevator.
left.
Then she come down the elevator and I got to see her. A couple other ones. Got through that. Finally got the money out. Walked upstairs. We met Honky Tonk. You two met Honky Tonk in person for the first time. Thanked him for doing our bumper. We presented him and Brandon with Wrestling with Nerd t-shirts. I'm gonna try to have Brandon on when we do a Honky Tonk Man episode. I feel like it'll be a nice little touch. Thank them both for it. Honky, Kevin, yes, we all wish we were under. I wish you would pick me up, just to say. Walked through the signings there. I got autographs from Demolition. I'm not really sure if Smash was trying to give me a blast of shit for my Notre Dame hat or if he actually really liked it. I can't really tell. I just kind of went with it. Demolition was always one of my favorite tag teams. To me, they were before the LOD because I saw them first and that's what I was telling Smash. Of course, Smash being good friends with Hawk and Animal. He's like, yeah, but we love them too. I was like, yes, I agree with you on that. Yes, but I'm letting you know that you were my guys. Walked around a little bit, saw some guys that I did a show with. Shane Douglas was there, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson was there. Godfather was there.
Holy
Went
shit,
over.
Billy Gunn is huge.
Yes. We walk in the door, and the first ones we see are the Acclaimed and then Billy Gunn. Well, of course, Fat Tits down there won't go get his picture taken with the Acclaimed because he's too chicken shit.
Him.
I don't do that. And it's like, dude, just go get your picture taken with him or get an autograph. Do something.
Like, how the hell do you think I do it at Kineticon?
Saw Dana Brooke, saw Velvet Sky, saw the beautiful women.
Saw that guy's
Victoria.
mom. I don't know if you noticed. The dude with Christian, the mom.
Oh, Nick Wayne and his mom were there at the end. Powerhouse Hobbs. Holy shit, is that a big man?
I think he could pick me up, no problem, and throw me like many feet.
Like Rey Mysterio lawn dart?
Yes.
Never dawned on me at all, but it was Friday and Dustin Rhodes was there on Friday.
With Mama Rhodes.
With Mama Rhodes was there as well. When we first got through the line was long. By the time we made our loop, there was only like 5 people in line. So I was like, guess where I'm headed? So I got an autograph, showed him my tattoo. He loved it. Got an autograph, got a photo with him. I let him know that his family is the first family of wrestling.
Which stay tuned to the Wrestling with Nerds Facebook page. Wrestling with Nerds podcast on Facebook. We're gonna do a photo dump in a couple day or two.
Yeah. It was really cool to see all that stuff. There was a lot of really cool stuff there. We kind of breezed through it, and then we went down to the second floor, and I was like, "Why did I spend all my money on the top floor?" Cash money.
All your cash money on the top floor. I spent all
my cash money upstairs. Walked in down there. Diamond Dallas Page is down there. Scott Steiner was down there. Ron Simmons, the Hardy Boys. Perry. CJ Perry was not there, but Mandy Rose was there, and oh my god, I was 20 feet away from her, and Jesus, holy shit. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was down there. Dolph Ziggler was down there. Lita and Trish were there, which I will go ahead and apologize to Lita and Trish. I had a bigger engagement on Sunday, so we never made it for our photo op that we had bought. But got to see both of them. They were both stunningly beautiful as always. then I made the mistake of walking into the High Spots
I didn't help.
store.
I didn't help at all here.
Do you know if they have a website?
Yeah, it's highspots.com.
Oh God.
I did not help at all because you weren't gonna do it, and then my dumb ass opened my mouth. Do you have the poster?
Yeah, I have it.
Because you got to show the wonderful people on the Facebooks and YouTube. I don't know if
We're lucky there isn't a Gigi Dolan posted to my roof right now.
Right above your
My
bed.
bedroom. Yeah. Oh my. That would have been the best $50 spent on the weekend.
That's kind of gross. So, Dusty, Cody, autograph photo I got. Demolition on the other side.
I was so happy for you.
Honky Tonk Man.
Which
And my good friend Tom Brandy. Got his autograph. Saw him again. And I don't think you guys are ready for this. This is the creme de la creme. But I got this. And I was looking at posters. And I had found one that had Hall, Nash, Giant, and X-Pac on it. And these two didn't help any. The one goes, yeah, if you break it down, that's like $50 a signature.
That was fine. TJ.
That was me, and I said that's what you were paying upstairs. So what's the difference?
So I found this one. This was my big purchase of WrestleMania weekend.
The funniest conversation was you calling your wife about it.
I'm not divulging how much
dollars a signature.
I'm not divulging what I paid for it, but it's Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. So you can take your wild guess on how much that cost.
Oh no, it was more than $78 a signature.
I really wish that the other guy at the bottom had a time to sign it. Otherwise, it would cost me more money, and I still would have paid for it. So
the conversation with your wife afterwards was hilarious because she overdid it by like $100, and you're like, "Cool, I have an extra $100 now."
Yeah, everybody I talked to that I did this picture with, they're like, "Oh, you spent like $1,000." It's like, no, but I like your way of thinking. No, I spent I spent $400 on this, and it was well worth it. It was my WrestleMania purchase. It's something that this was my purchase. I'd already purchased the ticket for that back there. I didn't say experience. You ain't gotten there yet.
No. I know a few other things you ain't showed off yet.
I don't know what you're talking about, but this was my biggest purchase. This was
Kevin
was
is
$400.
A big Nash fan. For an extra $50, he'll give you a receipt match and what you if you paid.
Well, I told her what I paid for it. I showed her what I paid for it. Because I thought I was gonna get yelled at for overpaying, and she thought I spent more than what I did. But it was the cool. This is on Friday, and I'm like, okay, my one purchase, I'm fine with that. We'd already went through the store, and there wasn't really much that I thought about buying in the store.
You missed one thing that you wanted, and it's all because of that leaking.
Yeah, I had the program on Thursday, and I had a little leakage with the fake skin stuff they put on it, and I didn't tell it. I just was frantically trying to like not spill my blood everywhere, and I told AJ just to put it back.
I even asked you, you want me to get it?
Yeah, I should have just told you to get it. By the time we went back, programs were gone. That is the one thing I didn't get. So
yeah, me too.
If you went to WrestleMania and you have an extra program, hit me up because
if you have two extra, hit me up because I want one.
No, if you want to make money off of it, you got to get TJ to hit you up in the middle of leaving the arena because you'll make way more money off of it.
We'll get to that conversation over your right shoulder.
So after that, we got done with that. We went to World and stuff, and it was Friday, so we had to hurry up and head to Wells Fargo because we had a formal engagement to go to after SmackDown. Um, SmackDown was really good.
AJ, I wish you
enjoyed
had
it.
this photo to show right now.
Which one?
The after engagement of SmackDown.
I'm setting it up right now. Just keep talking.
So SmackDown was fun. We were looking forward to the Hall of Fame stuff. So once SmackDown ended, it was kind of funny because I thought, I mean, I'm a big guy, but I wear white undershirts. Apparently, these two don't, and
I'll just strip in
I'm
front of
sitting
people.
there.
I don't care.
Yeah, these two fat blubbering idiots take their shirts off in front of
I
everybody.
didn't. I just put mine on over my shirt.
Nope. I
Yeah.
stripped. I don't
So I
care.
put mine on. So we had our tuxedo T-shirts.
I'm pulling
As
it.
AJ
AJ
had
can get the
mentioned-
photo.
AJ had mentioned that we wanted to be formal for the Hall of Fame ceremony, so we each bought a colorful tuxedo T-shirt. I bought blue. AJ bought orange. TJ bought.
For the record, they say blue and orange.
yeah.
It was Harry and Lloyd, blue and orange.
Yes, it was Dumb and Dumber. And we were everywhere. If you watch the Hall of Fame ceremony, we're everywhere.
I went Kelly Green.
We stick out like a sore thumb because we're the three fat fucks in the right hand corner every time they zoom out and zoom back in. That's us. So it worked. That's
Mission
the plan.
accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Exactly.
I haven't
So-
gone to find it, but I know AJ. I know we're on Raw too, and I know I can find us on Raw because of AJ, what you're wearing right now.
Yes, and I waved.
Yes.
Many
Yes.
At one
times.
point, we're
our
on,
s-
and I tip my cap.
Our seats for in the arena part, the Wells Fargo arena was perfect.
All right.
I couldn't have
You
asked
can
for
see
better
the three
seats.
of us. There you go.
What are you showing? There we are. There's Larry, Moe, and Curly. But yes, we are.
I already know
we-
which one I am.
So yeah, I mean, the Hall of Fame was an amazing experience. It was very long.
Dick.
You
Yeah,
think
Paul,
ECW's dead? You
Paul-
can suck my fucking dick.
how many more times do we have to say that on this episode?
As many as possible.
It was weird that they had Paul go first, but then edited it for the replay that he went last.
Yeah, so awkward.
I haven't watched it back yet.
Apparently, he's on last in the replay. I guess it was maybe to just get the non crazy people out of the building.
So that'll
No, we
look
still
weird
had one.
whenever. That'll look weird when everybody sees the crowds dissipated for the first four, and then all of a sudden it's full again for Payman. Because like once Payman was gone, they all left. I mean, that arena got cold because there wasn't any people in it.
All the psychos.
It was fun. I enjoyed the other ones. You guys really didn't know who Bull Nakano was. You knew vaguely of what the U.S. Express was just from what we've done before and what I've told you guys. Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, two great wrestlers. Thunderbolt Patterson was entertaining.
A little preachy, but one bad.
He was preachy, but he was very fun, and he made a lot of valid points.
His overall message was very well received, I do believe.
Well, the thing is, the message he had was what he was saying all through when he was an actual wrestler as well. So,
oh yes, his civil rights messaging and all that was right. I mean, it was very good. Muhammad Ali part was very entertaining. I have my thoughts on this People's Championship thing, so we'll dive into that in a later episode. Rock has presented this People's Championship belt. It was mainly so he could carry a belt in WrestleMania, in my opinion.
you know.
Also, a couple more shots at Mama Rhodes and.
Dude,
yeah, the best
Rock's
part
mother
was
telling him to cut the shit.
Yeah, his mom was telling him to stop it, which was kind of fun. The best part of it, and you guys that watched it on TV can't really see it like we could. The wrestlers around the ring, that was the most entertaining part.
Oh my god.
They
The suck my dick part, I'm pretty sure CM Punk jumped a foot out of his chair.
What? Freaking Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, Jesus, like, oh my god, and it was great.
Hunter's burying his face like
Yeah. Stephanie and Hunter got a huge pop when they came out because nobody was expecting Stephanie, which was a nice surprise.
Wearing an ECW.
Got a good question in the chat with Kevin here. Was anyone surprised Bray didn't go in this year? Didn't want to overshadow Heyman. Just because he passed away, and as unfortunate it is, doesn't mean he's an automatic that year to go. I think it's got to be a couple years, if not 5 or 10.
No, I did kind of disagree with you. I think having his dad and his uncle going in kind of eases the whole thing of his passing. We're not even a year into his passing yet, so
August
could I see it
24th?
next year? Yeah, could you see it next year? Possibly. Could you see it after this Uncle Howdy run? Possibly. I think
Spoiler alert.
I think it's a lot easier on the family not to push it onto them this early. I think that's why Hunter did it this way. Literally, if you think about it, yes, Wyndham and Rotundo deserve the Hall of Fame, but that was a Bray Wyatt precursor induction. I mean,
Yeah,
Look how
it
they ended
started with his brother and his sister.
everything was about Wyndham not being there and the Fireflies and Mike wanting everybody to have the Fireflies out and all that kind of stuff. So I think you're gonna get him. I think they learned from the Eddie Guerrero,
and that's kind of where I based mine off of.
because I feel like I feel like they rushed that way too early and too quickly, and I don't think it let eradicated or whatever you guys call it, redacted.
At least they didn't, at least they got the facts before they redacted sentiment.
Yeah. So I think that's why they're going to wait on that. I'm looking forward to, if you have not seen the documentary yet, which came out on April the 1st.
We were supposed to record about it Thursday night. Thanks.
Shut up. We were way too busy.
Yeah, we were supposed to record all weekend. That did not happen.
No, we were far too
Thursday
busy.
night, the plan was to talk about the episode, except, somebody didn't make it to Philly.
Yeah. So
hey, at least we slept good for 2 months.
we didn't get out of Wells Fargo till after 1:30. And we didn't get out of the parking lot till almost 2:30. So it was a long night.
Just and then we got dead ass early in the morning.
Yeah, to get up super early in the morning because we had to be back at Wells Fargo by like 10:30 or 11 because NXT Stand and Deliver was at noon. Very good show. I
thought there were only 2 good matches.
The best 2 matches were the first 2 matches, in my opinion. Trick and Mello did not deliver.
They didn't perform at all.
It was not good at all.
Wasn't brutal enough for what it should have been, and apparently now they're fighting in a cage next week. So
actually, hey, before we go any further, go back to SmackDown, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Do we think Omos fucked up?
I don't know.
We'll never know. But
we'll never know. But it's a good way to eliminate him without somebody else eliminating him.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed had been getting the push on TV more, so it made sense for Bronson Reed to win the Battle Royal. I don't know. I guess deep down I was hoping somebody. We didn't get any returns this week.
None.
Not until Detroit.
Yeah, we didn't get any returns, and it was kind of missing. I was hoping like we would get like Braun or one of them, but we didn't.
You want to talk about Raw after Mania before or after?
No. NXT was great. Braun Breaker is definitely the future of WWE.
Motherfucker moved the ring.
That kid is unbelievable.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, for you guys that have seen the videos of him hitting the ropes as hard as he hits, the ring literally moves like a foot on both sides every time he hits it.
Well, he puts it back to where he.
Yeah, I mean, he is just amazing. His strength and his ring awareness is for only being in the business like 2 years, he's got very good ring awareness. his match, their tag match was probably my favorite match of Stand and Deliver. Next would probably be that triple threat match for the North American title.
That
That match hit hard. Them
Which
guys beat the shit out of what?
the only thing I was gonna say with it is they did that match is hard. It was great. It was an amazing match. It was a little sloppy, but they made up for it with how
Yeah,
hard they did hit.
but when it's three big ass men, they ain't got to be perfect. I hate when a
No.
match is absolutely perfect. Give me a little bit of sloppiness. It makes it feel more real. I mean, how many times have you seen a fight on the street where the guy that throws the punch falls down on his knee as he's throwing it or something like that? I love a sloppy fight. I don't need it to be perfect. If it's perfect, it's too choreographed. The 6-woman tag match was really good. After I watched it back after watching it live, and it was actually really, really good. I enjoyed it. The 6 women that were in the ring are really good.
the 6-woman tag match for me, it started off weird, but ended like halfway through that match. It felt like that's where they got their groove and ended on a very strong note.
Yeah, I really liked Fallon Henley and Kiana James. I really like both of those girls.
You made the comment that out of the 6 of them, they're the 2 that are the most ready.
I think they are. I think Kiana James is ready right now. You could take her and move her to SmackDown and partner her with Tiffany Stratton,
yes,
and you'd have
Kevin, that's perfect.
You would have like
more realistic.
You would have perfect. You would have a like a Lay Cool type tag team with Kiana James and Tiffany Stratton. I think both of them are very, very good. Fallon Henley is gotten very, very good over the last year. Kalana James, I think is what her name is.
Alani.
Jordan. She's getting better. She's the newer one of the 6. Thea Hale is Thea Hale. She's a firecracker. She's like Nikki Storm, Nikki Cross, just not as psychotic. And JC Jane is like
holy shit, is she psychotic though?
Yeah, JC Jane is like a cornerstone pillar type person in NXT. She's just really good. I enjoyed the 6-woman match. The women's match for the championship, I didn't really enjoy. I'm not as high on Roxanne Perez as most. I think she's in a spot where she's at because of the one that's doing the broadcasting. Just my opinion. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. She is a Booker T trainee specialist.
I don't think she's bad in the ring. I just don't.
She's not bad, but like she can't figure out what her character is. She's now that she turned heel to get her belt back. The Lara Valkyrie, she's okay as a bird girl, whatever. It was good. Mello and Trick just literally dropped the ball.
Well, don't
forget
for
all
about
the
Tony
hype
and Ilya.
That was to be honest with you,
that was a great match.
I had to go back and watch that match a little bit because
there were issues with that match. Number one, it's for the main title, and it's not the main event. Number one, issue with me. Number one. Number two, I don't like Ilya's finish at all.
Kevin, you are not wrong. I most of the time watch NXT on mute. Booker T is the most annoying broadcaster in all of wrestling, and that's even including Excalibur. Yes, Booker T is annoying. 1 minute he's a heel, 1 minute he's a face. It's annoying.
But that's my issue with the Tony D'Angelo and Ilya Dragunov match. I thought that should have been the main event, 100%. They had the story and everything for it to be the main event. But they put on
anybody else.
They put on a good match, and then all it is a forearm that ends it.
Can I ask you this question?
What's up?
About D'Angelo and Ilinov. Who was the face? Who was the heel?
Well, I think the family was supposed to be the heels.
Heel, yeah. I would say Tony was supposed to be the heel.
So why, if Tony's supposed to be the face, which he's not, they're both faces. That's why this didn't work. If Tony is supposed to be the face or whatever, why would you refuse to have help? And you're a mob. You're supposed to be a mob family,
Well,
and you
I
refuse
feel
help.
like this was one of those matches where it should have been a heel to face turn.
Should have been a
Where
face to heel turn. Because Tony and the D'Angelo family went into this as a face.
which I thought
So
they were originally supposed to be heels, were they not?
no, they kind of became faces weeks ago on NXT when they put the tag titles and everything. But you could have made D'Angelo family straight up heels, as if you made Elion go swim with the fishes or something. Pardon the pun, but like, get the belt off of him by cheating. I mean, come on, let's go. That would
I mean,
establish you as a heel.
am I the only one that had the opinion it was a great match, but the wrong guy won?
No, you're not wrong on that. I thought Tony D'Angelo should have won the match. I 100% think that. Again, I'm not a huge Elenoff Dragunov fan. I don't get the character. I don't. I have a thing for when it's the smaller guys that are supposed to be unbeatable, and they're so willing to fight so hard that they're gonna be able to withstand an ass kicking and get right back up and all that kind of stuff. I hate that. I don't like it. I don't agree with it most of the time. And I don't know what it is with the WWE and in wrestling in general, why they make it so abundantly clear that if you are a foreign wrestler, whether you are British or you are Asian, depending on, and I'm not getting into a race thing here, I'm just asking this question. If you are British or if you're an Asian female, you are automatically billed as being unstoppable.
Oh, look at
They
Bond
did it with
villain. Bond
they
villain.
do it they did it with Asuka, they do it with the Kabuki Warriors now and Damage Control, and then they do it with Gunther and Elenoff and all of that. They make these guys seem like they're completely unbeatable when Elenoff stands 4'5", and somebody the size of Baron Corbin should be able to beat the living hell out of him. Should. Eventually. It just doesn't that it's like the augmented reality, I guess, of my thought process. Me again being a big guy wrestling fan, I don't like it. So I just Stand and Deliver kind of dropped the ball on the ending with Mello and Trick. Trick is the future of NXT. I feel like he's going to be.
Well,
Oh,
I feel like they're
maybe.
building.
Maybe.
They're building. I don't think he's getting drafted. I think Mello and Elenoff are both going to get drafted here in the next couple weeks, but I don't think Elon will be the NXT champion.
well,
I didn't think this was the right build for this show. Anyway, it shouldn't have been two separate singles matches. This should have been the final match. It should have been Tony D'Angelo versus Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes versus Dragunov in a fatal four-way for the NXT World Championship. That's
that would have
what
been.
this main event should have been.
Well, then who
It
do you
just
have
led
win there?
to- Trick.
Trick?
Have Trick. It's Stand and Deliver. It's supposed to be your WrestleMania pay-per-view for NXT. Trick Williams should have left this pay-per-view with the NXT World Championship.
Which for a
Am I
while, that's
wrong?
what I thought they were going with.
Am I wrong on that? He is the most popular person on NXT, period.
And back to
He
what
should have been.
TJ's alluding to, they're fighting at what is it called, Spring Break or something in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's one of the shows.
Well, having the benefit of seeing the next NXT show before we recorded this week, do we want to kind of talk about it briefly?
Well, it's if he doesn't win, he's out of NXT. He doesn't win
Right.
the title
But he's also fighting Carmelo in a cage match now this Tuesday.
this upcoming
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I think this is the run for Trick to win the championship. He beats Mello, he beats Dragunov, he becomes champion.
And then Mello
Oh.
and Dragunov get drafted.
They get drafted. They're gone. But you could have easily booked this either two ways. You could have had this be the fatal four-way, or the last show or whatever where Mello got the shot against Dragunov. Mello beats Dragunov for the NXT title. And then NXT title was Mello versus Trick. That would have got my attention a hell of a lot more than Dragunov and D'Angelo.
Okay. I did like the build
just my
for
opinion.
Tony and Ilya.
I like Tony D'Angelo. I like the D'Angelo family. But if you're going to be a mob family, be heels. Don't ever be faces. You should always be the heels.
I could see that. Back to the brass knuckle thing. It's
hit the guy with the knuckles already.
Be the bad guy.
Which I don't think even on NXT didn't they win as faces this week?
But yes, I don't. Dragunov weighs 135 pounds, and his finishing move was a forearm shot off of the top rope with all of his weight. I didn't like that either. But I'm not a Dragunov fan. So then we move to Mania Night 1.
Where I'm pretty sure I got sick.
Walked across the street. Let's just start with this. That weather report that they kept posting for Night 1 was bullshit.
Hold on. I got it. Here you go.
This right here is bullshit.
There it is.
I'm gonna cut you off here and jump to the chat. Kevin, you're correct. I do feel like if you can't speak English correct, you have to make me think you're dominating in a different way. I get that. I understand that. And also, yes,
actually a really good point.
Let Trick win the title. I agree. Night 1 was way colder than what they promoted it to be.
They kept saying all night it was 50 degrees, feels like 48. Bullshit.
It was cold.
The announcers complained about it being cold. Everybody in the fucking stadium was like, huddle together for a warmth game.
Nobody, don't leave.
Oh my
god. The road of us went to go to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that was great because at one point I stayed seated and everybody stood up. And then everybody sat down and I'm like, our group around us were a great bunch of people. The family from Philly and Jersey, they were awesome. We talked to them for the hour before the show started. They were fun.
People behind us.
The group behind us were hilarious. But everybody stood up at one point and I didn't stand up. And everybody sat back down. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. All of you stand back up. When you stood up to block the wind, it was really warm. Just
you popped everybody around us.
So it was fun. Our seats for Romania, because literally we're one seat off from where we were both nights. It wasn't terrible. I mean, I've never been
attending to an NFL game. We'd have had great seats.
Yeah, we were bottom bowl, right in the corner of the end zone. It would have been nice. We saw the green shirt guy before the show started, which was funny because he was wearing a coat and people couldn't tell that he had a green shirt on. So at one point he unzipped his jacket and opened his shirt so you could see his green smiley face shirt and everybody popped.
Ryan, before you continue, do you guys think that a very late Friday than an early morning Saturday had much to do with the crowd as whether they were tired?
Well, I can tell you this much. When NXT was over with, we had, a 2-hour window, 2.5-hour window before
we took a nap.
My ass took a nap in the backseat of AJ's car. I was so tired because the human chainsaw was sleeping in the bed next to me, and I got little to no sleep. So I took advantage of it and took a nap instead of tailgated, which a lot of people were doing. I went over and my friend Terry had come up, so we went over and snapped a picture with him. So I could send it to my cousin and say, hey, we were here and you weren't.
I let you guys sleep in the car, and then you guys go to walk away to hang out over at your tailgate, buddy, so I can sleep. Motherfuckers came back too quick.
Sounds like a you problem.
That sounds like a you problem, bro.
Yeah,
what were you just doing for me? So yeah. So I don't know. I think everybody was pretty pumped for WrestleMania. As cold as it was, it could have been 20 degrees colder and I still would have been standing there.
Absolutely,
Um,
100%. Would have been
Uh,
Just
like
might have had a
motherfucker
warmer.
Still, but yes,
Would have had a warmer coat
that
that
too.
wasn't in the trunk of the car.
if you would have had a warmer coat, you wouldn't have been able to sit down.
No, the Mania seats were bigger than Wells Fargo. I would have
by
fit.
much.
I do feel like we should ask AJ how it felt like to be a human sardine all weekend.
I was warm.
Me and
I
AJ
hope.
figured out. Me and AJ figured out a method on night one on who had to sit down first, who had to sit down second, so that we could actually get comfortable.
DJ never
Uh,
stood back up unless he had to go to the bathroom or get food.
I stood up a few times for some big entrances, but there was a few times I'm
So
like,
let's
just
get
fuck
into
this.
night one here. Everybody knows, you guys have seen it, you've watched it. There were 2 good matches.
I think one of the possible best matches of the entire weekend kicked off the show.
That was it. 2 good matches. I will throw you a third if you want to say Gunther and Sammy. Not my cup of tea. It's better on TV. It is. But
Yeah.
Rhea and Becky,
Phenomenal.
The
Possible match of the
ladder
weekend.
fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Other than that,
so you didn't like the main event?
I liked the main event. It was great, but it also felt like. So, do you want my rewatch, what I know now, or right there and then feeling?
What did you think right then and there, and then give me your rewatch?
The 3 of us kind of knew how it was going to go. I think a lot of people knew how it was going to go. I thought they executed it rather well. It's the fucking Rock and Cody Rhodes, and sprinkling Seth and Roman, but it was a good match for what we saw. There was a good 10-minute period where they were in the crowd, and we basically saw Jack.
Unless you were looking at the monitors.
Which it's hard to do with that light beaming right at you.
Well, we didn't have the light night one. We had the light night 2.
No, we had that green bright ass light night 1, which wasn't as bad.
Oh.
But going back, rewatching it, it felt like they, for the most part, all knew we have another night to go. Don't do anything completely stupid. Like, they were still performing, but they
I think Seth got hurt on night 1.
Yeah.
I think he legitimately got hurt on night 1.
Something happened.
Yeah. The tag team match between these 4 was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Anybody else more surprised there wasn't more interference from outside forces?
I'm glad we didn't. We didn't need it.
No, I agree, but like I was kind of surprised. I mean, this was kind of a huge stipulation thing. I thought more people would have got involved to fuck over Cody and Seth.
I mean, Jimmy and Jay were still super kicking each other.
Yeah, no shit. They took Yuck Bucks.
As much shit as I give the Young Bucks or Super Kick Party, the brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso match was a huge letdown.
It was a dud.
That was the go get your drink, go to the bathroom match.
It started off pretty slow. This is the main event, which fine, whatever. Slow, and it built, but after rewatching it, it just felt like they were trying not to blow the load, I guess. Night 1.
I'm gonna go jump back into the chat with Kevin. Kevin, you might as well come on the show because you've been with us all night. I 100% agree. I love the slow start and the slowness in this match.
That was fun.
It made you have to sit and pay attention. It made you have to watch what was going on. They wanted you to, hey, pay attention. What's the Jake Roberts thing? The way you draw people's attention isn't by screaming and hollering. It's by talking quiet enough that everybody has to stop what they're doing to pay attention to you. And that's what they did in this tag team match. That's why this tag team match is phenomenal, in my opinion. One of the best tag team matches that isn't, let me do this right, is the best tag team match I've ever seen where it wasn't 2 official tag teams. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It's not Brainbusters and Heart Foundation. It's not Tully and Arn versus rock and roll. It's two makeshift tag teams together. And I freaking loved it. Rhea and Becky at the beginning of the night. I don't know how many times I've watched Rhea's entrance. Note I said just the entrance multiple times. That alone was fantastic. Also
Cool
to
that it
find out
got
that
Chris motionless.
she had a panic attack or an anxiety attack moments before the show started, and
Really?
Jason Jordan.
and Jason Jordan talked her down from her anxiety attack. Um, the match was really good with them too. I had Rhea pin to win the match. I thought it was her time to go over on Becky. It was back and forth, very good. The tag team match, the ladder match, it was just pure chaos. I'm curious to see what they do with that A-Town Down Under as the SmackDown champs. I don't. We've talked about it before. I'm not big fans on Austin Theory or Grayson Waller. I think they both need to go away and learn a new hold, and come back as a different characters, because Austin Theory has the stigma of the Vince McMahon chosen one character on him until he changes his character. And Grayson Waller doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Um, and then we got the feel good moment. R-Truth has been in the WWF. Well, he was in the WWF. He was in 1999. He was in the WWF.
WWF, WTNA.
Never WCW. He was in WWF. Then he went to TNA, NWA.
Maybe that's where I got mixed up.
He's a two-time NWA World Champion. He's in the same boat as Cody and a couple other ones when it comes to that NWA World Title. AJ Styles, Cody, and R-Truth are 3 NWA World Champions. But to finally get his WrestleMania moment with Miz and winning the Raw Tag Team titles was really fun to watch. Again, he won the match. I looked at AJ and we both said in stereo together, motherfucker.
Funny story is, if it wasn't for this show and us watching all this wrestling that we watch, I probably wouldn't know who won the SmackDown titles.
Yeah, I get why they split the titles and how they split the titles. But if you ask anybody who won the ladder match for the tag titles at WrestleMania, everybody's gonna say Miz and R-Truth, because they're the ones at the end of the night were holding belts. I mean,
well, to be fair, the A-Town Down Under immediately won those SmackDown titles, and Down Under went straight through a ladder.
Yeah,
like
I mean they were. Yeah,
Yeah, but that was a gimmicked ladder. There wasn't a real ladder.
That's not the
I don't know
point.
if you caught that. I'm just saying. We wouldn't have known it there. I caught it on the rewatch.
It's always a gimmick ladder. You know this.
I don't know what it was made out of specifically, but it was not metal. Or fiberglass or wood.
It was wood. It was made of balsam wood.
Oh, maybe balsam, because it break when you see it break, it almost looked pink.
You know, you remind me of the dickhead when we walked out of the arena night 2 that I wanted to slap the shit out of. No duh.
Oh no, that guy was an asshole.
Let's not talk about the jackasses behind us night 2.
Oh my god, the final boss!
But night 1 was fun. Like we had a great atmosphere around us. Did you look for a chair night 1, or did we just go straight to the car?
No, he didn't look for a chair night 1. Nope.
I didn't want the night 1 chair.
Oh, okay. Because you probably could have found the night 1 chair, because we found them
probably.
Night 2.
The only thing that would have been cool about the night 1 chair is Rhea and Becky would have been on that one. And the 4. You'd have had Roman, Rock, Cody, and Seth.
I mean, I would have rather had night 1s.
I didn't though. I wanted the one. I mean, you could. We'll get to it. It's over Ryan's shoulder. We'll get to it. I wanted that one.
Yeah, because Sunday was all about me.
It was. It very much was, and I was so happy for you.
Yeah. So Sunday, I had bought a ticket to. Well, first I had bought us a photo op for Trish and Lita, which we were all 3 excited for. And then, was it 2 weeks ago?
No, not even. It was like maybe 5 or 6 days.
It was leading in. It was leading into Mania weekend.
Yeah. They announced that Hulk Hogan was going to be at the World signing autographs. and I immediately jumped on that and bought a ticket. The timing could not have not worked better because Hogan's autograph signing and Trish and Lita's photo op time were the exact same time. So I ate that $120 proudly. I went and met my favorite wrestler of all time. I stood in line for an hour and a half. It's still kind of unreal to me. I've always
Video
wanted
of
to
you
meet.
walking down the ramp afterward.
I've
You
always
look
wanted to.
mystified. It's amazing.
I've always wanted to meet Hulk Hogan. I don't care what your opinion on him is. I have my own opinion on him. He is my goat, and nothing will, what any of your opinion will ever change that. In my opinion, that man has helped me through so many things in my life. When you're getting bullied and picked on, and the only thing you have is pro wrestling, and it's Hulk Hogan. So I was more than thrilled to stand there on that hard ass concrete floor for an hour and a half, waiting in line. The couple in front of me, uh, he was kind of the same experience. He's like, you just gotta be, you're just in awe of.
Just don't say the
You're
second part of that. The couple, the guy. Don't say the other part you said to us afterwards.
The wrestling that you're just standing there and you're in absolute awe that like Babe Ruth is standing right in front of you, and it like when you're looking at it, you don't think of it that way, and then you think about it, and you're like, well, holy shit. Um, the coolest part, was I had Randy Savage like four people behind me.
You got a picture.
There was a cosplay guy of Randy that looked and sounded exactly like Randy. He was fantastic. It was fun to stand in line and just talk to a bunch of wrestling fans that were Hulkamaniacs. I got the opportunity finally to get in line, to get up to see him. I walked over, I handed him my belt, I shook his hand, and the only thing I could say to him was, I love you, brother. That's all I could say to him. I couldn't think of anything else to say to him. It's just naturally what came out of my mouth. And it was kind of weird because like I'd watched an hour and a half long of people that went through his line. And it was like I was the first one that said that to him, because as soon as I said it to him, he dropped his shoulders like, that felt good. And he just said, I love you too, brother. And then he slapped me on the chest so hard that it was just kind of like, okay. And like he just said, he has the video of it. I'm walking down the ramp with that belt. And actually, it's this belt.
You look mystified. It's amazing.
And it's signed, and I got it, and it's not going anywhere. It's mine forever.
The only thing I can equal that out is when I saw my niece and nephew see the castle at Disney World.
And like you guys were at the bottom of the ramp, and like you were like, oh, how was it? How was it? It was like I walked away from both of you. I needed a couple of minutes to gather my thoughts, and because he's just not a wrestling guy. He's not just a superstar to me. Like I said, he was a lot of help. I mean, I think I've said it on here before. I am such a Hulkamaniac that when I was a kid, and my cousin Justin, who watches this, will probably write in the comments that he will wholeheartedly agree. I got picked on a lot when I was a kid. And funny enough, he was part of that group that picked on me. And my defense mechanism to getting over it was I would hulk up. And I felt indestructible when I hulked up. And it was because of that. And it made it, that's why he's so important to me. So to get to meet him, shake his hand. My dad was texting me the whole time. I took a picture of Hulk sitting down on the sitting at the table. My dad texted me. He's like, tell him to stand up. Like, everybody else is standing, you stand. And then I sent him a picture of him standing up because, damn, he's kind of a big guy.
No shit.
He was 6'7", 6'8". Now he's 6'4", Dad. And my dad knows. My dad knows that like I would meeting Hulk Hogan was when I told him how much it cost me to meet Hulk Hogan, he's kind of like, "Damn, that was expensive, but you'd probably pay double." And yes, I would have paid double, triple that. So that was a very cool experience for me. I got to meet Hulk Hogan. I got his autograph. I shook his hand. Yes, I have bathed and washed my chest off since then. For anybody that was wondering,
I said that.
no,
literally when it
no,
happened.
no, I do not have a tattoo on my chest of Hulk Hogan's handprint.
Yet.
Fuck you. What else did we do at World? I don't remember what else we did at World. Anything?
Bought shit, like side plates.
Yeah, we bought.
That was Monday.
Did we do that Monday?
We did do that.
We did
We
do that
pretty much
Monday.
bailed after the Hogan thing. When
Yeah, because
to get the
what did we do?
we went, well, we didn't have to, but we got there and then we went to that Xfinity Live thing. But I'm just gonna go out on the record right now. I'm gonna say it for anybody that's ever listening, that's listening to the show right now. We have one opinion on this show about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is fucking awesome. He will always be awesome. I don't care what he did, done. I don't give a fuck. And if you don't like it, thank you, Paul Heyman. You can suck my fucking dick.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
We're
Ryan,
trying to.
Ryan, you remember when you mentioned we need to cut down the swearing on this show? I remember we had this conversation. Was he there?
Somebody's flight was canceled and he didn't make it to that conversation.
Okay, just checking.
I got relatives that watch this show. God damn it!
You're fucking
Believe me,
mouth.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So we went to Xfinity Live. That's what we did, and AJ got to experience a Geno's cheesesteak for the first time.
Who else was there?
Woo!
I'm so happy you didn't pick that up.
Me
Don't
too.
do it again, please.
We're standing in the line, and AJ went and got us a drink, and we're standing there drinking our drink, and TJ disappears off into the distance, and he goes and watches the NASCAR race.
Oh, fuck! Swear again! Damn it! Fuck!
Yeah.
Stop!
So I'm like, I'm starving. So we went to Geno's and got cheesesteaks and went back to the car, and AJ engulfed his. I don't think it had a moment where once it left the paper, it never came back.
That was probably the only time throughout the weekend that I lost my appetite for some reason. I don't know. Just wasn't feeling it.
Just think of Kirby, a little pink thing.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, it was so good.
And then I napped. I think I napped.
We didn't have a whole lot of time.
No,
we hung
night
out.
Night two, weather-wise, was very, very nice.
So much better.
Yeah. And then we get started with night two, and it was an amazing night of wrestling.
Before they even go on the fucking air. Oh, that place fucking erupted.
Yeah, I don't.
And then it erupted again because who did we get to come out first?
Well, I haven't rewatched night two yet. I'll be honest, I haven't rewatched it yet. Does the Punk entrance not occur on night two?
It happens on the pre-show, the end of the pre-show.
Oh, gotcha.
It happens on the end of the pre-show, and then it immediately cuts to the warning. If you steal this, we will come after you and steal your children.
Got you.
And then we get the whole prepackaged, blah, 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 blah. And then who do we get to come out to the ring?
New Then Now Forever Together.
Fucking cool as
awesome.
Shit.
It's awesome.
I love the Galaxy look.
It's very Avengers Galaxy.
Somebody actually kind of maybe beat him to the punch with a race car in a certain Wrestling with Nerds paint scheme. Ryan.
Oh, yeah. No, that was my Galaxy scheme for that was a takeoff of WrestleMania 6.
No, I know, but that's kind of what they went with. It was actually really cool.
Yeah. Night one started with the match we all expected it to start with. Seth and Drew.
We got Steph, though. Don't forget about Steph. That's a big thing.
We got Steph on night two. We got Hunter on night one, which was very cool for me. I've seen Hunter wrestle a couple times, but it was really cool to see him.
Me too.
It was very cool to see Stephanie. It was good to see her back. I don't know what her role is with the company, but I hope it's something now that.
I mean, even Hunter said it.
Yeah.
Her role is with WWE.
Yeah. but Drew's entrance was really cool. I love bagpipes, and I actually recorded that and sent it to my uncle, who's also a really big fan of the bagpipes and stuff for the like Chicago Fire Department and all that kind of stuff.
And then what the hell were they with Rollins?
I had no
The
clue who they
mummers.
were.
They're the mummers in Philadelphia on New Year's Day. They have a huge mummers parade, and it's like a big circus type carnival,
Kind of like a Mardi Gras ish kind of thing.
Yeah. It took me a minute to realize that's what they were too.
You figured it out. We didn't have a fucking clue.
Well, I've been in Philly enough to know it. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law live outside Philly, and I've had to watch that parade on New Year's Day. So that was very cool, and it's very fitting of Seth Rollins for the Mummers because their outfits are outlandish.
I joked to AJ that it's like, look, he's got a bigger pack of rosebuds than Adam Rose ever.
I mean, they even
it's literally what it looked like.
Commentary.
Yeah, it's like I did see that clip where they're like, I think there used to be a guy in NXT that had a thing like this. Their match was good, but you could tell. I mean, like I said, I haven't rewatched it, but I could tell watching it in person that they were really favoring Seth.
It came out like a bang, like a 3, 2, 1 bang.
Like they were protecting Seth really bad. So I imagine that knee is messed up more than what
the knee or the back.
I think it's the knee. I think it's definitely the knee.
Even if Seth is hurt, that's a good match.
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic match. I think he got hurt night 1. I think he re-aggravated the knee night 1. Night 2 he went out. It was kind of odd seeing without it was kind of odd seeing without kick pads. He was just wearing wrestling boots, wrestling sneakers. I thought Drew was going to go over. Drew went over. I was not. We were expecting a cash in, but I was not expecting it the way it happened.
The minute he went over to CM Punk, Ryan and I looked at each other. It's happening.
I think we all kind of knew in that moment.
Yeah, but it was kind of weird on how it was going to happen because all you had was Drew standing on top, and like I nudged AJ.
By the way, the tweet mid match, hilarious, love it. Think it's fucking the funniest thing ever.
Like I nudged AJ mid match, and I'm like, he's got to do something to provoke Punk. Punk can't just hit him; it won't.
You'll notice it on the rewatch. There's a couple moments, like right when they're in front of him, that he is chattering at Punk, and Punk's like, "They're chanting my name, dude. What do you like?" And you could see they were just furthering that play on it.
So that match finishes. McIntyre gets cocky as fuck. Goes over to CM Punk, crotch chops CM Punk. Game over. Takes the brace off, which makes me think, CM Punk okay?
I think he's at the point of recovery. He doesn't need the brace.
Keep in mind, he doesn't really hit him from behind. I'm going off of the chat there with Kevin. He doesn't really hit him from behind. He leg sweeps. Yeah, like if you're in a bar and you're gonna stand up on my table, the first thing I'm doing is leg sweeping you.
Maybe, but the minute you.
But then he puts the brace on the good arm.
Chops me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really cool because it was almost like Punk didn't know that the cash in was happening either. Because he hits Drew, he blows the kiss.
That didn't get none of that got on screen, by the way. None of that made it on TV. Like a brief second of the "this is beautiful" makes it. None of the blown kiss.
Yes, it does.
None of that.
The kiss makes it.
I watched it 4 times and have not seen the kiss on air.
Because the minute he does the kiss, Priest's music hits. And then it cuts to the stage.
Well, no, he did. Okay, the kiss was to his family.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, remember when Punk was sitting on the table after the fact?
Oh.
Sitting there clapping, going, "This is beautiful.
Well,
this is fucking beautiful."
Yeah.
And he goes like this. He goes, "Mwah." None of that made it on because they jumped up to the Judgment Day celebrating.
Justice.
I think Drew will get his justice. I don't want to call Damian a transitional champion because that's not what he is. They're going to give him the ball to run with it. But I feel like the plan is for Drew to take the title off of Damian, probably at Berlin, The timing's about right that he takes the belt off of him in Berlin. Punk's ready to go by Survivor Series, and we get Drew and Punk for the world title at Survivor Series or Rumble, one of those deals. But I think Damian Priest is going to do a great job as the world champion. Spoiler alert: he cashed in. He didn't have to do much. He hit south of heaven,
As he calls it, the biggest south of heaven he's ever hit.
and he pins him. And I love Damian Priest. I've loved him since he was Punisher Martinez in Ring of Honor. Rocky actually, it's like, here, you need to watch this guy. I watched him. I'm like, dude, he's like 7 foot tall and he can move. So I've always been a fan. I love the Judgment Day. Night one, I wore my mommy's on top shirt. So I love the Judgment Day. To see him celebrate with them guys on the top of the ramp was pretty freaking cool. Damian winning and getting to cash in at Mania is a pretty cool task.
Well, it's happening.
Did you hear about the almost big botch of that whole moment?
No.
So when Damian hits Drew with the briefcase, he hit him so hard he lost the briefcase. The briefcase almost went into the fucking crowd.
Yeah, it goes over to the Prime stand.
But he said it almost made it into the crowd. If it had gone into the crowd, hey man,
security would have grabbed it.
Right, but I mean, then you would have had to it would have delayed. Like you know, the cash in might have been. He might have been.
But still a great experience. Night 2 was really good on just about everything.
You need to. There's definitely a match that's way better on the rewatch for Night 2. You have to check out the Final Testament, whatever the fuck Testament.
The street fight with Bully Ray as the guest referee. That was a great touch.
That was
to the Philly crowd.
You should hear it with Snoop on commentary. It's fucking hilarious.
Where he calls it a picnic table.
Dude, the whole fucking thing. He's like, oh, he hit him with a beater stick. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, you get Snoop's commentary alone is worth the rewatch.
Karrion Kross pushes Bubba and Bubba. The minute Bubba does one of these.
Oh, and he puts his glasses on. Yeah. It was great. It was a nice touch for ECW.
Oh god, I have contacts on. I should have done that.
It was good. Bailey and Io were great. I love that match.
What do you think of the LA Knight and AJ Styles? I'm trying to go in order here.
I'm glad you got the order because I don't remember it. It was good.
Wasn't that night one?
No,
that was night 2. Of course, I'm gonna say it was
bangers.
great. LA Knight's my hometown guy. Of course, I'm gonna say it was great. I have a thing, and we've talked about it with the Street Profit. If you're gonna go heel, go fucking heel.
Well,
yes, AJ Styles changed his ring music, but he still does the same stupid ass entrance that he did with his face gimmick. Nobody wants to see you
for 15 years.
No, he didn't. When he was the heel in TNA, he just walked to the ring. He didn't do any of the glove thing. He didn't do the awkward elbows up thing. None of that. He just walked to the ring.
Well, and is he with the OC? Like, what the fuck is that whole?
No,
I'm so lost there.
No, he's not. He's not. He's by himself. He's a loner. But if you're gonna change your gimmick up and you're gonna go dark, go dark. Nobody wants to see you standing in the middle of the entrance with your elbows up, getting ready to throw your gloves up like you're still a face when you're supposed to be a heel. LA Knight, I love LA Knight. Not just because he's my hometown guy, but I love LA Knight's character. I don't care if it's a Rock Austin mixed together baby form. I don't care.
How long before he has a championship belt, a main championship belt?
SummerSlam.
You think so?
SummerSlam.
It
won't be the world title. He'll take the U.S. title off of Logan at SummerSlam. In Cleveland, which is Logan's hometown. So that'll be kind of fun.
Good segue for this match. That match was pretty good too. I liked it.
The triple threat match was very good. It kind of finished how I thought it was going to be. I kind of thought that Randy and Kevin were going to take each other out.
At some point, they had to.
Well, no, I meant yes, but I meant they were going to take each other out, and Logan was going to pick up the pieces and sneak in and get a win.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I thought it was going to go. Literally how I thought it was going to go.
But Kevin Owens was by far the most fun part of the match. It was a good match. What else was on night 2? I'm kind of drawing a blank.
Oh, now it's Bailey and
Bailey and Io was great. Bailey won was the right move. Bailey should have won.
Surprise, no damage control interference. My only take on that.
It's because they were still fighting the storm from the night before.
Well, I mean, they brought her out to the entrance ramp and then disappeared.
Oh, do we want to talk about Dakota's ring gear from night 1?
You can, because I don't care. I'll talk. You talk about Dakota's. I'll talk about Jade. So we're good.
VIP.
I'll pretend that I watched that match live.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. It was what it was supposed to be. It was a Jade Cargill coming out party.
To be fair for everybody at home, TJ sees Jade Cargill as the same person as Bianca Belair.
Haven't heard me wrong yet.
Well, because they haven't gotten deep enough into her yet for you to figure it out. I like Jade. I didn't mind her in AEW. I'm really glad that they took their time with her and showed her how to do things the WWE way, not the arena way.
Yes, Kevin, you are right. Logan has no business being as good as he.
I agree. Logan Paul has definitely changed my opinion on him.
That swanton and a frog splash.
By the way, his brother is an absolute dick.
Yeah,
Tyson's
he was
gonna kill you.
Yeah, he was in a suite
box
right
behind
us. And literally everybody in our section was telling him that Tyson was gonna fuck him up. And I still think Tyson will fuck him up.
And the worst part is he made his presence known as the main event started. So, like, for a good minute, I forgot Roman and Cody were fighting.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was really shitty on the whole Paul Bunches thing. The only thing I want to talk about is the main event.
We're there, my guy. Talk.
That main event was the best WrestleMania main event I think I've ever seen. Without going back and watching, going off of what I saw setting in the stadium.
It makes it even better. The broadcast makes it better.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
And I know they've been getting a lot of flack for the ending on how it wasn't Stone Cold and it was The Undertaker.
Blame Stone Cold. Blame Stone Cold.
I don't blame anybody.
Who cares?
I don't blame anybody because the
stadium's still popped.
The Undertaker was the right person for that spot for 2 reasons. And I'll give you my 2 reasons. Number 1, it's WrestleMania. The king of WrestleMania will always be The Undertaker. Number 2, this was a new era. Undertaker helping Cody cements Cody as the face of the new era, and it gives him the Undertaker approval. If the Undertaker is going to come help you, that means he approves. That's like the Cena handshake in the backstage when Cena debuted. That's like the Jeff Hardy thing after their ladder match for the Undisputed title that time. If the Undertaker approves of you, you are the made man. So Undertaker approving of Cody becoming the champion and all of that made more sense than Austin coming out, stunning The Rock, getting the pop, and then leaving.
Well, let's break down how that match. Good match up until everything started hitting the wall. Like there was really good back and forth between Cody and Roman.
I think everybody
finishers.
I think everybody was just expecting pure mayhem, and you didn't get it for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not Solo.
Jimmy
first.
Yeah, Jimmy's first,
Jay.
and then Jay, And that was a huge spot. I haven't seen that spot. How bad did it look on video?
Not at all.
Like
It's maybe 8 feet.
Yeah.
Like that.
Into crash pad tables.
Yeah. No, they're boxes.
Well, whatever it is, they landed. It was
still, it still was a nice spot.
It was cool. It looks cool, regardless.
And then you get Solo. Solo does his thing. He is screaming at
on the rewatch. That's part of that.
Like I said,
he literally yells at Roman, "Roman, finish the story!" Like he is fucking pissed.
And then of course
it was intense.
I love that they waited, like, because they expected Cena to come right away, and they made us wait
twice.
They made us wait, and then finally we get that angle of Solo looking at the stage, and Cena's music hits. Perfect. I'm not a John Cena fan, and I popped.
2 finisher spots, and he didn't show up until after Cody kicked out both times.
And then of course we get, oh my god,
the final boss.
If I had to hear that one more fucking time, that kid was gonna find out that the final boss was not King Koopa.
The final boss.
Cena
all night.
Cena comes in. He just doesn't dispatch of Solo. He also AAs Roman, and then the crowd all starts thinking, "Oh shit, here we go! It's done, game over."
Let's not. I passed over this night 1, but I meant I'll cover it on night 2. I love Cody's entrance. I love
so much better.
No. I love Cody's entrance. I love everything about Cody's entrance. But the greatest entrance in professional wrestling right now is The Rock's final boss entrance.
Oh, with the
that whole thing was the whole video thing, where it was like Rock
99% complete.
Yeah, 99%, 99 complete, and then like WrestleMania was the final completion of 10.0 was awesome. I love that the whole thing
because it was the final boss.
Not to mention, I love Hollywood rock music. I just think it's way cooler than his regular one. So to be able to hear that was freaking cool for me. I've never seen The Rock in person. Yeah, I love that rock music because it's way slower. It's more methodical. I love it, and I love the Brahma Bull, the eyes turning red, all the electricity. I thought his entrance for WrestleMania was. I love
how they did it week after week after week.
Yeah, it progressed, and then when it got to Mania, it was the completion of the 100% that he was finally the full final boss. He comes down. Of course, him and Cena have their square off.
Now, mind you, I like the walk down. I don't know about you guys. Him walking down was the perfect pace.
What'd you do to your mic?
I moved a little.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, like he coming down the ring, and he was basically trash talking Cena the whole way down the ramp. Was kind of fun.
Rock bottom Cena, he says, "Get your ass out."
Oh, but again, it was pacing. He walked to the ring. They got in the ring. John took the shirt off. They did the crowd look thing. Like it was paced out specific to just give it a little more time to keep you on the edge of your seat that much longer.
Sierra Hotel.
Oh my God.
That was, I don't know how that played on TV, but for us, remember there was that
just
huge
as bad.
pause.
Just as bad.
It was a huge pause.
All you see on TV is Rock standing in the ring with his back to the camera.
And then Roman
pops up. Seth pops up. Roman kills Seth. And you don't even actually see Seth. Like, literally, Roman's up and goes, and, like, Seth pops up spear. Roman rolls out of the ring.
You don't see Seth until after the fact.
I thought he hit him with a Superman punch.
No.
I thought it was a Superman punch, too.
It happened so fucking fast, I still couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the long pause of when the Shield music starts, and like everybody, all of us are like.
Rock was too. Rock is literally, you see Rock. He's like,
Seth has to hobble into the ring.
But did the camera do its old like for the Shield stuff? Like, did it do the whole
No,
panning
it
around like trying
stays
to
on
find me?
Rock in the middle of the ring, looking
Oh, okay.
for where he's coming from.
Yeah.
That's where it literally goes.
And see, that's why
Time
I
to see
think
Roman
that's
pop up.
That's
and
why I think
Seth-
Seth was hurt. That's why I think Seth was hurt because there's probably more to that.
There's supposed to
Only-
be more to it.
Yeah, only he couldn't do anything. So
Mind
I
you,
think
the
that was
memes,
the
by
easiest
the
way.
way, of Dean sitting at home going, "Oh shit, it's Sunday," were fucking hilarious. I don't know if you've seen them.
So here's the thing. I know he's contracted by the company. I know that. Little part of my brain was like, Dean?
Everybody was wondering.
I've seen a bunch of things where people were like, the music hits and they're like, Dean? Seth? Dean? Come on, guys. It wasn't going to be Dean Ambrose.
No, 100%. 100%.
By the way, shout out to John Moxley. He is the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know if Tony Khan had a hand in that or not,
bad
but
did he
he
bleed
did
in
win
that
the
match?
title in Chicago.
He bled,
He
but
was-
that didn't look too
He
bad.
was full of blood. So then you had the Shield part, and then of course, then we get Rock thinking he's final boss. He's gonna take out Cody, and that
He's
whole
got-
fucking arena.
He's got
went
the belt
dark.
out. He's talking to Mama Rhodes.
And when that stadium went dark, that place got scary as fuck.
Dude, that initial gong
I
may
didn't
have
know what I
changed my
heard.
life.
I had no clue what I heard
Like, I knew what I heard, but I was still in shock.
until that
Because
light went out. I was like,
Furthest from my mind was him. The
But
last
'cause
person.
you were like Austin, and I'm like, well, I don't think it's Stone Cold because I just
Well,
don't
I was
see
thinking
being Stone
Brock.
Cold. That would have been nuts.
Because
But
Brock,
then, like,
had-
then
you know,
it's
the whole
Taker.
Cody Brock handshake thing, like, that's where my mind was.
Yeah. So
And
then
Brock
we get
can't fight him for the title. So how do you get back at him and get the title off him so you can fight again?
and then you get to Chokeslam. And it's kind of fun because there's never really been a long feud between Rock and Taker. They've only had a few interactions ever, really. So that was quite nice.
Can I interject? I have found 2 spoilers leading up to this that were maybe have hinted had you been paying uber attention to know that he was coming. All week and the weeks leading into it, what was Heyman talking about? I am the man behind 21-1. It had been an extra point of emphasis. And then
So-
at the end,
so you were right either way if it was Taker or Brock.
but I'm saying, but at the end of night 1, the other spoiler, right before The Rock finishes Cody Rhodes, he goes like this. Why would he do that? Rock has never been one to do the whole, like, it's just one of those kind of odd moments, and it doesn't make sense until the next night. Did you even notice it?
He didn't do the thumb. He did the fingers.
Either way, that's Taker's thing. That's Taker's. I'm finishing you. That's Taker's thing.
I think it's a lot of Monday night quarterback.
I've been trying to find little hints and little spoilers because we know that's what WWE does now.
And Cody 3 crossroads, and we have a new undisputed WWE champion.
And somebody next to me was very emotional. Very, very emotional. Who literally the minute
I'm glad you were looking that way.
Ryan's the wrestling fan in our group, like the wrestling fan. I was looking at Ryan to see his
Good.
emotion all week because
Good,
this
because
is
you missed me
something-
wiping away tears at the end of that match too.
well, Ryan was also doing this right on the dream
Yeah.
tattoo.
Let's just remind everybody at home what happened night 1, beginning of the main event. This guy right here, what was going on?
We don't care.
Yeah, well, what happened night 2? Remember?
Because you ride the chain link
I
fence
didn't
like
ride.
a bitch.
I didn't ride the fence. I told you all what was going to happen. Night 1, it was Bloodline because I knew that was going to happen. And night 2, not once did that finger go for the air because I was done with it. I was over with it. The story was closed.
I think by definition that means you were riding the chain link fence. Yeah, I got overwhelmed. I got emotional. As much as I'm a Hulk Hogan guy, I'm also a Dusty Rhodes guy. I love the Rhodes family. I told Dustin there Friday that his family is the true royal family. I've always been a fan of the three of them. Dusty reminds me so much of my grandfather. Uh, the way he dresses and his mannerisms and goofing off and all that kind of stuff was always resonated with me. And yeah, I got emotional. Um, it just I've paid so much attention to this business as not anybody in the business. And I think that gets lost on a lot of people. Like I'm not just a fan of what the in ring product is. Like I love knowing the stories of these guys and the connections and the bonds that they have. And one of my one of my all time favorite podcasts is something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. And Bruce has talked years about his relationship with Dusty and how close they were. And Pumpkinhead, I'm the second most recognizable athlete next to
Told
Muhammad
Bruce to get his
Ali.
ass out there.
And Cody called Bruce out, and that was a cool
Have you ever
experience.
seen a celebration like that in like a new era? That was I don't remember. I cannot remember a time where other superstars came out to the ring to celebrate with the new champion like that. I mean, we're talking.
Well,
We had the New Day, but there was two of them. It was his tag partners. I mean,
no, I mean it's been a while. I mean WrestleMania 10, Luger winning the world title from Hogan on
like
Nitro.
CM Punk was out there, LA Knight, one half of the Usos. Rollins was like trying to piece himself back together. Cena obviously was still out there. He brought out Pritchard. He brought out Hunter. Mama Rhodes is in the ring. Whoever Mama Rhodes' bodyguard is, I don't know who that is.
The it was Mama Rhodes, and that's Otis. That's his father-in-law,
Okay.
who's just battling cancer.
Was that his
And then
sister's kids?
his sister is Teal, and that's his two nephews from Teal. And then I think the guy in the background, the ball-headed guy, is the bodyguard. Um,
There
Dustin
was
was
a
probably there. So
throng of people
Dustin
in
was
that
in one
ring.
of the boxes.
Dustin was definitely in Dustin was definitely in a suite somewhere. But
He was.
it was emotional for me. As far as I guess it was more of the whole day experiencing what I experienced all in one day finally hit me at that moment. Um, and I kind of do it anytime. Anytime that Cody talks about Dusty and tears up, I kind of always
When he cracks.
tear up or look away. Yeah. So it was really cool. We're gonna go hurry up, run through this. Raw was boring as fuck.
After the opening 45 minutes,
What
I coulda
what
went
do you
home.
guys think Rock handed Cody?
he told him. Cody told us in an interview on SmackDown.
We didn't.
I'm pretty sure he did. He said what it was.
No.
He called it like a wartime heirloom or something.
But it wasn't the lighter, AJ, is what I mean. He alludes to what it is.
It still could be a lighter. It could be a Zippo lighter.
Something that Cody gifted The Rock.
Yeah. And it makes sense because then you can play into the whole bus burning. Because did anybody actually see his bus catch on fire?
Nope.
Exactly. So, Raw was boring. I was looking forward to at least one good return, and we didn't get any. The Fatal 4-Way, I'll give them this. The Fatal 4-Way match for the number one contendership thing for the world title was really good. I enjoyed it. Ricochet is definitely underrated. His did he do it was a 450, wasn't it? Off of the ropes to the announce table.
Yeah.
Looked like it fucking hurt.
He looks at Samantha, he goes, "I'm so sorry," and then does it.
Yeah. Punk was is announcing, and like after the show was over.
I'm horrible to go to wrestling events, by the way, because whenever they cut to commercial or whenever somebody
Oh
goes
my
under
God.
the ring, I'm just like,
You know what? Yeah, you know what's the worst? You know what's worse than Final Boss every 5 minutes? And cut the commercial because that's what AJ points out. Every time the lights dim down, it means they're on commercial.
That's not. That's not the whole reason I figured it out.
I wanted to punch you in the forehead so bad. But yeah, Punk was on the announcing for the match. When it was over with, he walked over to check on Ricochet. Then he walked over and told Sam that he was fine. Um, Spoiler alert: if he wasn't there, dark part. Jay signs his shoes. Punk signs the shoes. They throw him into the crowd. You can tell Punk's arm's not 100% because he throws it with that arm, and he only goes like 12 rows with it.
Well,
Um,
freaking Jay didn't go very far either. He was
but
aiming
it was
that way and it went
fun.
that way.
It was fun. It ended Raw for us. It was kind of lackluster on that part. Uh, Unfortunately for AJ, when Raw was over with, I got the fuck out of town.
Which
I
I
made it
was supposed
home.
to actually do.
I made it home at 3 o'clock in the morning and slept in my own bed, and then I woke up like this, and I've been like this since then. So
I'm still coughing.
Can I just say, unsung hero of the weekend, and she is getting her due because the fans are starting to love her, maybe even a little too much. Samantha Irving, fucking phenomenal.
Hasn't she basically always been?
But I'm saying, like, just
when you
she.
get a tweet,
Big
when you
Ryan
get
was overcome with emotion. Her when Cody wins. I mean, she's
the
trying to hold
when
it
you get it,
together.
when you get a tweet from the greatest ring announcer of all time
Michael Ball.
telling you you're doing a great job and you're showing pure emotion is what's great. I know the IWC and TikTok and everything are some people are actually blasting her for giving the emotion. Fuck you.
Well, I
Give
was
me
hoping
the
you were going to take it a
emotion.
little further and quote Heyman.
I enjoy the
No.
I enjoy outside of the emotion from Mania where her voice cracks when Cody wins or she's just that cold. I'm gonna go with Cody winning. The
I think she
difference
was cold night too.
the difference between Chelsea Green or the Ring General or whatever how TJ's gonna do it.
I'm not.
Okay. How she has a different entrance style for everybody to make them stand out just as that much more. We've
And
never
I'm
seen
loving
it
the
before.
pre-match. The pre-match like introductions, how they're doing it.
Oh,
Like those are fucking cool.
hey, TJ, do you want to talk about the sign at Raw?
Huh. I feel like AJ, that's one that you had to be there to be there.
Watch
Just
out
don't be
for
with
Diddy.
Diddy. Just don't be with Diddy.
The cool part, Kevin, yes, my favorites, Roxanne and Dragonoff debuted. These two can vouch for me when Dragonoff and Shinsuke came out. I went and got food.
Yeah,
Kind of knew who was gonna win. Didn't really care who was gonna win.
it was an okay.
Moved
I'm not gonna lie.
on.
Flew home
I do-
Tuesday. Could have flown home Monday and wouldn't have missed much.
The segment for Rhea and Liv were filmed right across from us
I have that
in
video.
a hallway.
That was cool.
And
We saw it all.
Yeah, we didn't watch the footage on the screen. We were watching the hallway the whole
Right down the
time
hallway.
because like they walked through it and then they did it and like we could see it all.
For those
That
at
was
home that
actually
don't
pretty
know
cool.
where we were sitting, obviously, if you paid attention to the Hall of Fame, we were up and to the left of the ring. So if you were looking, we were up and to the right. So literally, they had the hard camps here. Down and to the right was a like walkway. I assume it's a tunnel when they're playing hockey or basketball.
Mhm.
And
It's
they
a hallway.
opened up the doors, and that's literally that whole segment was shot right there. And we could see all the way, like we literally watched Dom and Rhea walk into frame, then Dom walks away, chair, Liv, and it was really fucking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. We were literally sitting in line with the announcers.
We didn't know what was happening at first
That's
because
where we
that
were
was the
sitting.
first time that space had been opened. We're like, what the hell's going on?
Well,
And then
they were using it as a sometimes some of the people were leaving.
Yeah, like I think Logan or somebody at one point went through like cleared out through there. I think on Friday night Logan went out that way.
No, when we were in the Hall of Fame ceremony, Ray and Randy and Randy's wife and a couple other ones went that way to go use the bathroom to come back out
Well,
during a commercial break.
ladies and gentlemen, it is official, and I hate to spoil anything. We got reports of it earlier today. It has officially happened. Mommy has vacated the women's world title due to the ambush from last week.
I would imagine her wrist is worse than what she thought it was.
What
Her
happened?
wrist or thumb. Evidently, she broke her thumb, or
With
that's why
Becky?
she was wearing the. No, before that,
I remember the air
she'd been
came,
wearing that air cast for a couple of weeks.
and this is coming from
Um,
WWE 13 minutes ago. Breaking news: as a result of the backstage ambush by Liv Morgan last week on Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, Rhea Ripley has been forced to vacate the Women's World Championship. No decision has been made to figure out how they are going to get a champion.
Can I just say I can't wait for whoever gets the belt, and then the feud for when Mommy comes back to get the belt she never lost.
Well, let's just hope it's just her wrist.
But
Let's
it's honestly it's sad because Rhea's been one of the better, more fun things to watch.
let's just hope that's that's it, and that she just needs some very very earned time off. To
Been a year of Mommy. Literally, it was the year of Mommy.
longer than that. Won the Rumble
Well, I
a year and a
meant
half
her
ago.
as champion, her year of dominance.
All right, well, we got a close up shop. Do we want anything else to go on record as we're just shy of 2 fucking hours? Which, AJ, we're gonna get to 2 hours. No, we're not. Fuck you.
Dude, I told you we could talk about this all night. This was the abbreviated version.
WrestleMania 40 was amazing. Definitely was a bucket list thing for me. Doing everything that we did was a bucket list thing. Would I do it again? Me and
Get
AJ had this
closer.
conversation. I've done enough wrestling shows by myself that I prefer to do wrestling shows by myself. No offense to you two.
Nope, none taken.
I
Listen,
just
if we
like,
were sitting in actual chairs, we could have spaced a little.
Those
it's not that. I just like doing my own thing in my own time and not having to pay attention to what other people are doing. It's just I've done enough wrestling shows by myself that I love doing wrestling shows by myself. That includes taking my wife with me. If my wife would have went with me, I would have sent her to go do something else. It's just the way it is. But was it fun? Yes. Will I do WrestleMania again? Maybe. Will I do a stadium again? If I do a stadium again, it'll
It's
definitely be a
a summer.
floor priority pass seat. For sure. Um, I love Wells Fargo. I've been to more. I'm in Maryland, Western Maryland, and I've been to more shows in Philadelphia than I have in DC or Baltimore. I prefer going to Philly for shows. I enjoy it. So I will go to Philly again. For whatever shows next. I enjoy WWE shows in Philadelphia.
I love the crowds and
But it was fun with you guys. It was fun and all, but I was glad
nice
to
to
get home.
actually sleep when I got home.
So I'm ready to get out of here. I know you guys are. So
I have to broadcast. You fuckers got a race.
yeah, I don't know, but
Well,
keep in touch. Keep paying attention to social media. We'll give you some teasers on what we've got planned next.
I know. I never even get to ask you guys the questions I had. Damn
fine, real fast, go.
it. No, I know we ain't got time.
Nope.
We
We'll have a
ain't got time.
Q&A. We'll have a Q&A WrestleMania question thing later.
Maybe after the race.
But hey, I'm the guru. That's the ball-headed guy. That's the fat ketchup man.
Oh,
Snores like a Jake break.
And we out.
peace out, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Check out all our links in the description, and we will see you sometime down the road. Join us on Facebook. Peace out.
Deuces, ooses.
Ha 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 ha.